channel too. So again, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Again, double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit. A mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth. Teaching his word and believing in his word. Lord willing, you continue in sound doctrine and in the same spirit. Shalom to the Akwaf, the sisters of his faith and his truth. Lord willing, you continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, Yahweh B'Shem Shai has mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. The title of this lesson is The Soul Over the Flesh. The soul over the flesh. What your soul needs should outweigh what your flesh want, right? So Lord willing, this is edifying through the Spirit. Make this, Lord willing, short. You never know what the Spirit would do. But Lord willing, I get to do a camp later on after this. So this is Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, the 18th chapter, verse 30 and 31. It says, go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thy appetites. If thou givest thy soul to the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock to thy enemies that malign thee. Right? So these is warnings that follow flesh desires, which destroy the soul, right? Flesh desires destroy the soul. You know, this is why the things that you do in this truth should outweigh the things that you do in the flesh, right? I know a lot of us make mistakes, but especially as men, you know, this is even directed to myself. This is not just only one-sided. Like the scriptures say, is a two-edged sword. Let's actually get it. Hebrews, the 4th chapter, verse 12, right? Because if you came in this truth, it doesn't matter if you're not a teacher, because I'm going to be honest. Not every brother has the ability to be a teacher. Not every, some brothers don't have the confidence, you know. And this side is different than, you know, in the ancient world. Some brothers don't have confidence. And then some brothers get camera shy, or brothers might have, I know some brothers that might stutter and might lose confidence with that, you know. But if you are eager to do it, hey, guess what? You could use that to overcome the flesh, right? Just because you having a health malfunction or your courage is not right, guess what? You can always take yourself off the camera. You don't have to show your face, right? But always know you are in a battle, right? So why not bump against the flesh, right? But this is Hebrews, the 4th chapter, verse 12. It says, for the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to dividing the asunder of soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intent of the heart. Yo, sometimes you could be reading or you could be doing a lesson and you'll cut yourself, right? You might be reading and be like, dang, man, I'm dealing with that. Sometimes you got to find yourself in the scriptures, right? When you see a brother doing a lesson, right? Yeah, that brother doing a lesson, but sometimes you should be evaluating yourself in that lesson. If a brother dealing with laziness, right? If a brother is talking about don't put your desires over Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, right? If a brother's doing a lesson where you make excuses, right? You spend more time with your wife and your children than you do with Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Yes, you should make a balance, right? But yes, you should make a balance. But sometimes your heart is going to draw you to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai even more, right? Shalom to the brothers and the Akwath, the sisters that's actually on, you know, the live. Yahweh B'Shem Shai Brakathum, Yahweh B'Shem Shai Brakatah. Again, Lord willing, this is edifying, you know, because the whole point of this lesson is to constantly feed the soul, constantly overpower your flesh, you know. And again, you're going to slip. It's in your human nature, okay? But look at the time we in right now. This is the season not to be jolly. This is the season to count and call on Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, right? Let me actually get that, because we are in the house of mourning, right? That's Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter, right? The shit that's going on. Yo, I don't want the food stamps to come back on. Hey, even if that can hit certain brothers, my household or other brothers, you know, they wife might be having it. You know, you want to use the world, but don't abuse it. But at the end of the day, that's going to increase our faith, man. Any woman or man that's dependent on those things is going to increase your faith. And it's going to make you make more plays. You're going to be more moving. Because a lot of us get these downtown assistants, right? And you start to get lazy. Some of y'all have too much damn money. You start to get lazy, right? So this is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 2. It says, it is better to go in the house of mourning than to go in the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. This is why, the men of the Lord is always in tune to what's going on in the world. This helps brothers make lessons. This helps brothers actually meditate. Because if because of this little thing and you like, man, you know what, I hope food stamps, I hope things change just for another week. No, you gotta have that's why I was gonna title the camp, what was it? Are you working towards your forever kingdom? But I think I'm gonna do a screen recording on that. I think that the camp is gonna be titled the secrets have been given to the prophets, but the main point is, are you working towards your forever kingdom? Think about it, and only the spirit is working towards that forever kingdom. I don't want this thing to last another fucking day, another week, another month, another year, right? You got to be soul intact into Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the house of mourning, not the house of mirth, right? Right now we're in the season of jolly and enjoyment, right? Let's go to Romans, the 8th chapter. Romans chapter 8, verse 5 to 8. It says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace, right? A lot of people consume, right, they cell phone, right? Some people is on TikTok for a fleshful thing, right? Because some brothers come on this damn TikTok and want to speak about the Bible, and you ask them, hey, yo, did you read this book? No, I didn't read that yet. And they got the nerve to tell you salvation is for everybody, but didn't read this book. You tell them, you bring out a prophecy, oh, no, that's a literal dragon, but got the nerve to go back and forth with you about some damn salvation, right? Brothers is not getting on TikTok to be famous. Brothers is not getting on TikTok to seem cool. Well, whoever gets on a live is about you getting edified. And if you got a question, Lord willing, we're going to be able to answer that question. We're going to look up some precepts. Brothers is going to tap in, right? This is something serious. I hope TikTok shut down. I hope Instagram shut down. I hope YouTube shut down. Because the left-hand side, you had your fun, right? And a lot of y'all so confused. The Lord allowed Esau to create this for the left-hand side and the right-hand side. The left-hand side abusing it, and the right-hand side is using it. I like that. That kind of rhymes, okay? Right? But a lot of y'all are consumed with the flesh, right? Verse 7, it says, because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High. You're an enemy. You're hostile to the Most High. James 4:4. Those that are friends of the world is enemies to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. It says, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. So then, they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High, right? If you are of the flesh, you cannot please Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. This is why when you wake up, right, you want to have Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in your mind. Sometimes you might slip and you didn't pray, but you called on the name, right? You might be thinking of a lesson. You might be thinking or meditating on something you heard yesterday. You might be thinking of the MOTB, right? Wake up thinking about spiritual things, right? A lot of times, yes, because we human, we'll be thinking about the bills we got to pay, right? We be thinking about this and then thinking about that, money flow. Hey, I'm human. I had that same thought too. But guess what? Something overpowers where I be thinking of like, I wonder, is the Lord going to allow me to do 3 lessons today? Is he going to allow me to do 4 lessons today? Yo, that title I was thinking about yesterday, I wonder, should I do that? Should I do that today or this today? That allows me to stay away from anything that can have me wake up on the wrong side, right? Because you want to have your mind on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, right? Right, because just because I said that, that just made me think of the prayer of Azariah. So again, those that are those that are after the flesh cannot please Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. In the mindset of the spirit, it leads to life. And who is life? Yahushai. The whole purpose is for us to be drawn to Hamashiach Yahushai. But I want to say a few of these the prayer lines that Azariah, Hananiah, and Mishael said while they was in the furnace, right? Because while they was about to get afflicted, they thinking of the Lord, right? And this is the same mindset we should be having right now. It's brothers and sisters waking up right now, about to go drink that nasty coffee. This is some tea, right? About to go drink some coffee. About to go send the kids off on the bus. Y'all about to make some of y'all babies some of that baby oatmeal. Yo, some of y'all about to get ready to take your absent salt shower or bath, right? You're going to think about what you're going to do. You might go to the gym. But why are you about to go do that? Hey, get your lessons intact, right? Look, go on your YouTube and look at your notifications and see what videos popped up, right? The schedule and see what videos you're going to watch today, right? If you did all your watching, what videos you going to do today? What lessons you going to do today? What books is everybody reading? You know, that's another way to put you in the spirit. Like today, last night, I got to listen to 4 lessons. I got to listen to 4 lessons. I was really on the brothers live last night, but I got to listen to 4 lessons. I started to get a little tired, right? Yesterday, I was in the book of Exodus. While I'm at work, I got my phone playing chapters, and I'm writing down certain things that come out of that reading. And what I'm actually reading is Revelations. I started from Matthew and read all the way to Revelations, right? That's what I'm reading. And I'm reading the book of Isaiah in the Old Testament, right? And I got to keep doing this over and over again to keep that spark in me, right? To find a lesson, to find inspiration, you know? So in the spirit, what is everybody reading? You know? What is you reading? Either right now or what you going to be reading today. Hey, it's okay. You can put it in the comment section, you know? I'm going to just go to this point down here at the bottom. This is the 3 holy children. There's only one chapter starting at verse 60. It says, O ye children of men, bless ye Yahweh B'Shem Shai, praise and exalt him above all forever. O Israel, bless ye Yahweh B'Shem Shai, and praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye priests of Yahweh B'Shem Shai, bless ye Yahweh B'Shem Shai, and praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye servants of Yahweh B'Shem Shai, bless ye Yahweh B'Shem Shai, praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye spirits and souls of the righteous, bless ye Yahweh B'Shem Shai, and praise and exalt him above all forever. O ye holy and humble men of heart, bless ye Yahweh B'Shem Shai, and praise and exalt him above all forever. O Ananias, Azarias, and Mishael, bless ye Yahweh B'Shem Shai, praise and exalt him above all forever. For he have delivered us from hell, which was a condition, and saved us from the hand of death, and delivered us out of the midst of the furnace and burning flame, even out of the midst of the fire have he delivered us. Right? They're about to get fire put on them, and they over here exalting Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Right? I think that's Daniel the 3rd chapter. Let's go to Daniel the 3rd chapter. Right? Instead of them leaning on the flesh and praying to that damn statue, what did they choose to do? They chose to bow down to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Right? Let's actually go to it. This is Daniel chapter 3, verse 14. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, the flute, the harp, the sackbut, psaltery, and the dew chamber, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fury furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our power, our Elohim, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Right? That's them following the spirit, man. Right? They said, man, our power, our Elohim is going to deliver us. But even if he don't deliver us, we still not bowing down and worshiping your damn idols, man. That's the mindset we got to have when it comes to your soul, when it comes to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right? Serving him is as much as you can, as much as the will is within you to move and walk in the spirit. You know, some people really think they walking in the spirit and don't have even understand. How can you walk in the spirit if you don't even understand? That goes back to Romans 10. To get the understanding of the spirit, to get the understanding of who the Most High Yahweh and Yahweh Shai is for, how can the spirit be dealing with you? If you think Yahweh and Yahweh Shai is dealing with the whole world, the spirit is not dealing with you. Right? Because before you become a believer, you have to be a student. Right? Because if that's the case, everybody on this live that might claim that they a Hebrew Israelite, or those that don't claim they a Hebrew Israelite, I'm a Christian, you would have to say, when was Revelations 11:7-11 fulfilled for you? When was that breath of life entered into the world? So everybody can be blessed and everybody can have the spirit. You would have to really break down Revelations 11:7-11, because it was a falling away. When did that spirit come back? Christianity been here. The actual truth is only 56 years old. For the brothers that's in this faith, they know what I'm talking about. Right? We just see somebody said Jesus is God. He is a God. He is not the Most High. Ain't it great? Wait, hold on. Somebody just said something crazy. So like, y'all, I gotta see. Did somebody okay. No, he said, ain't it great God came to all men so all could accept the free gift of salvation? That's a lie. That's a total lie. Shalom Malak. Yeah, whoever just said that, you're wrong, buddy. Heavenly Father didn't come for all. That doesn't even make sense at all. That truly doesn't make sense. Right? Let me see if that person's still on his live. See, I can't even see if he is. Yeah, you lying to yourself, buddy. Right? You got to treat yourself to actually studying, actually diving into scriptures, man. So, let's go to Galatians, the 5th chapter. Another classic. This is Galatians, the 5th chapter, verse 16-17. It says, 16-17. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. Right? And the flesh and the spirit are in constant warfare. Now, for though what I just said in Revelations, the 11th chapter, verse 7-11, how can anybody know if they're in a spirit? Can anybody answer that? Like, if you don't know the understanding of Revelations 11, verse 7-11, if you don't understand 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3, how can you say you got the Spirit of the Lord in you? Now, we understand about believing, which is true. If you believe, you get the Rakak Wadash. But let alone with your believing, you should be growing in understanding. You should be watching the men of the Lord that's given a sense of these scriptures. And you should be able to understand when that happened. Let alone that helps brothers, what he say, try the spirit by the spirit. Right? Some people got a lazy spirit. Right? Some people is coming with a left-hand side spirit. Some people is coming with this like the devil can come as a light. Right? But really, he's not of this truth. This is why questions come about. Do anybody understand 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3? Do anybody understand Revelations chapter 11, verse 7 to 11? Right? Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. I don't know if anybody's going to even answer that question. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 4 and 5. It says, "For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in a body that is subject unto sin. For the Rakak Wadash, the Holy Spirit of discipline, will flee deceit and remove from thoughts that are without understanding," which is that oil, "and will not abide or remain when unrighteousness cometh in." So a carnal mind prevents the Rakak Wadash of wisdom from dwelling in a man. So these establish the spiritual battlefield. Okay? Somebody said, do you understand John, the 19th chapter, verse 25 to 27? Well, how you gonna ask me a question when I just asked a question? Right? Do you understand Revelations 11, verse 7 to 11? And do you understand 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, verse 3? And when was that? When was both of those fulfilled? I just read Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 4 and 5. Lord willing, that person that just asked that question, he'll answer my question before I answer his question. Right? Do you understand Revelations, the 11th chapter, verse 7 to 11, in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3? But the person was speaking about St. John, the 19th chapter. Let's just look at it. 19th chapter, verse 25 to 27. Okay, this is speaking about John the Revelator that stood next to who stood next to Yahushai's mother. That was talking about John the Revelator. But I understand the verses that you brought out, but since you're not answering my question, I guess that means you don't understand what Revelations, the 11th chapter, verse 7 to 11 means in what 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Right? So, I guess we'll just ignore you. So now, let's go to Genesis, the 39th chapter. Shalom to the brother that, slid in the live. Yahweh Moshe Brakatah. Write a real quick lesson through the spirit. Lord willing, it's edifying and it hits. This is Genesis chapter 39, and I'm going to start at verse 7. It says, "And it came to pass after these things that his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph, and she said, Lie with me. But he refused and said unto his master's wife, Behold, my master's wotteth not what is with me in the house, and he have committed all that he have to my hand. There is none greater in this house than I, neither have he kept back anything from me but thee, because thou art his wife. how then can I do this great wickedness and sin against the Most High? Right? So this right here is a prime example of the spirit and the flesh. Right? It says, and it came to pass as she spake to Joseph day by day, that he hearkeneth not unto her to lie by her, or to be with her. And it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business, and there was none of the men of the house there within. And she caught him by his garment, saying, lie with me. And he left his garment in her hand and fled and got him out. Again, this is the example of Joseph showing his spirit, his soul, right? Which that spirit is connected to Yahweh Shemashai, because he believes where he actually want to walk in righteousness. He actually noticed the sin, you know? So Joseph refused the sexual temptation because he feared the Most High. This is a historical point of one of our forebrothers, Joseph, the head of the northern kingdom, which is really Ephraim and Manasseh, right? So in Egypt, adultery with the noble's wife could bring execution. Joseph risked death by refusing, showing the soul's dominance over the flesh. Do you have dominance over the flesh? Now, of course, we weak. We all slip and we all weak. But are you constantly overpowering the flesh with the things of the spirit? Right? So a brother dropped a precept, and I want to make sure I get it. Let me not be rude. The brother just dropped some vital information. That's what we call it. Vital information. So like, I don't know why he's doing that. This is 1 Corinthians, Nakath, by the brother Nakath. 1 Corinthians, the 6th chapter, in verse 18. It says, flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body, but he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body. Right? And people might take that word, because that brother, you just brought a vital precept. Somebody might take that word fornication and be like, see, fornication is when a man is getting another wife, or somebody want to use it for something. Fornication in the Greek, it has multiple meanings. G4202.
Strong's G4202. Parnaya.
Biblical usage: sexual intercourse, adultery, homosexuality, lesbianism, intercourse with animals, sexual intercourse with close relatives, sexual intercourse with a divorced man or woman. But if a man divorced his wife just to get another woman, but he just committed adultery, right? You just putting your wife away. That goes with Mark, the 10th chapter, verse 11 and 12. But if a man add on another woman, that's not fornication or connected with adultery. Now, the metaphor for fornication is the worship of idols, right? Because it has multiple meanings, right? Of the defilement of idolatry as incurred by eating of the sacrifices offered to idols. Now, hey, the earth is defiled, all these nations, and we're mixed within them. So when you really think about it, wherever you go and eat food, most cases, that nation is either praying to their God or sacrificing. Just like when you get halal chicken or halal food, they sacrificing that to halal. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You get Muslim salad. Guess what? That's prayed over. The money that they got, when you go into the corner store to get some milk, right? They pray for the abundance that they have. So there's no way around it. Even the diapers you buying from them. Oops, gotcha. Right? When you look at the Strong's definition, it says harlotry, including adultery and incest, figuratively idolatry and fornication, right? So you can have fornication could go into idolatry, go into to idols, and it can actually go back into that physical adultery, right? A married woman laying with another man, or a man putting away his wife to get another woman, which we see in the gospel, or a man laying with a married woman, or incest, or laying with an animal, right? So beautiful. Just especially when we went into Joseph, right? We have to be in the spirit to overpower the things of the flesh, right? Let me just make sure I'm not missing any precepts brothers drop. Okay, we caught up. So now let's go to Hebrews 11th chapter. And I'll try to make sure I keep my eyes on the comment board just in case if a brother drop a precept. So this is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 24 to 26. It says, by faith Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High, than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Right? Shalom to the brother Bashar. That's my brother right there, man. Yahabash Mashai Barakatah, man. Shalom, shalom. So Moses rather suffered the affliction with his people, the Israelites, instead of enjoying pleasures of sin for a season. Guess what? This thing in this world, Babylon, this is for a damn season, right? It says, esteeming the reproach of Hamashiach greater riches than the treasures of Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense, repay of the reward, right? We got a reward at the end of this. Don't get attached to the things of the flesh, right? Use the world, but don't abuse it. The things that you have, do not get attached to it. It's there. Like the brother Samuel always say, the shit that you see is going to be melted away. All elements are going to be melted away. Why are you getting attached to a scat pack? Why are you getting attached to your damn phone, to a damn PlayStation, an Xbox, right? Shoot, hey, some of you brothers is too attached to your damn wife, right? Instead of continually having the fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Hey, if she's not of the elect, she's going to go night-night, right? Let's actually get that in Sirach, the 27th chapter, right? And even in the gospel, if a brother could get it, right? You're supposed to forsake, you shouldn't even be loving your wife or your children more than Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Dang. I just had it in my head what I wanted to get, but a different precept came to mind. So I'll get that one. Lord willing, the other one come back to mind. So I'll get this one just to show all elements, man. Why are we getting attached to anything on this side, man? 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10. It says, but the day of Yahweh Shema Shai will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also in the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Not the whole earth, but the land of Babylon, Israel, and certain other places going to get hit with nukes, right? All elements is going to melt. Why are we getting attached to it, right? Why are you getting attached to it? You know? Dang, it just came to mind again. What is it? Dang. It's there, and it just left again because I got another precept in my dang head. Right? Why are you getting attached to things on this side, man? It's not gonna make it. Right? Make your call and election sure. Philippians 2. Right? The brother dropped another one. 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter, in verse 29. And it reads, it says, but this I say, brethren, that the time is short, it remaineth, that both they that have wives be as though that they had none. Right? Brothers should be moving like you ain't got one, man. Right? Actually, the precept came back just because that brother brought that precept to water. See? Yasharallah, he was speaking when he said it, man. See? Just because he dropped that precept, it came back to the mind. Right? This is Sirach 27 and 3. Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, his house shall soon be overthrown. You brothers got to fear, man. Right? Keep constant fear in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Respect him. Be terrified of him. The more you keep yourself in order, right, the more your house be in order. But if your fears start to lack and be cool, like Revelations 3, the Lord is gonna make your house is gonna be overcome by the left-hand side spirit. Matthew the 12th chapter, verse 43 to 45. Those left-hand side spirits, if it don't see that temple, its home, not furnished, and it's empty without the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai on the right-hand side, it's gonna come with 7 other spirits. Right? This is why you got to do the Luke 19 and 10. I mean, Luke 19 and 13. Be occupied till Yahweh Shai come. The more you grow in the Lord, the more you are a target. Right? You got a red dot. Like, it's like everybody wearing black and you wearing highlighter. You know the highlighter color? Like this on my tee. Everybody wearing black, but you wearing this color. You are a target. You're sticking out. Right? The brother dropped another one. Let me get that. Luke the 14th chapter, verse 26. Luke chapter 14, verse 26. It says, if any man come to me and hate not his father and his mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yeah, in his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. He can't be a student of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Yahweh Shai was speaking to men, because men hold the top order of the nation. Right? You go to Ezekiel 34 and 31, right? The flock and the pasture of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is men. The tabernacle of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is men. Revelations 21 and 3. Right? You got another one in Numbers. You got another one in Proverbs 8. Right? The Lord set up men to be the head of the congregation. The Lord is dealing with men. And he's showing you how us men, how we shouldn't be dealing with another man's wife. So Yahweh, he goes to the source. The men. Right? Let me get that in Proverbs 8 and 4. That's why it's easier for a man to come in the truth than women. It's easier to teach a man than a woman. This is Proverbs 8 and 4. Unto you, O men, I call. My voice is to the sons of men. Right? Truly, the Lord is speaking to men. That's not taking away that you women, the Lord not dealing with y'all too, but on a different level. A different level. Right? You think, oh, a woman gonna master prophecies and parables, but don't know how to be a wife? Make that make sense. Is women out here that's saying I'm a Proverbs 31 woman, but never been a wife. Let alone you're not practicing the things of a Proverbs 31. So when you do get a husband, you're already at work with it. It's a natural thing, right? You women need to know how to be a wife. You women need to know the role of a woman. How can you master prophecy first, parables and dark sayings, studying? Oh, I can remember 24 precepts, but you don't even know how to be a daughter of Zion. You don't even know how to be in order. You don't know how to be a wife. That's another example of, in order for us to learn, you have to flow in the spirit, man. Be a student. Be a learner. You know, it's very easy. Right? Let me make sure I miss any brother's precept. Okay, I did. Cool. So, when we're speaking about Moses denying Egypt's pleasures, right? And that's the same for us. When you look at, I think Joshua the 6th chapter or the 7th chapter, dealing with Achan or Achan, when he coveted a Babylonian garment. Right? You remember when Israel fled from Egypt, and then they was over here thinking about the onions, the garlic, and the food, while they're walking in the wilderness in circles for 40 years, complaining and murmuring. A lot of you, Jake, when shit start to hit the fan, you're gonna miss the good old days. I remember when I was driving in the Benz, I was driving in the Beamer Benz and Bentley. I had money, I had this. A lot of y'all haven't prepared for the worst because you're too damn comfortable. You too much in the flesh. You too much in the wants, but you're not pursuing the needs, right? Let me get this before I read this point. Matthew 6:21. Matthew 6:21. For where your treasure is, there where your heart will be also. Right? So wherever your heart, your mind is attached to, that's where your heart is going to be. Right? A lot of us is attached to money, fame. A lot of y'all ask the question, why are you really, what is you on TikTok for? Half the people that do live, what is you doing TikTok for? Most people is doing that for followers, for views. Some people say for entertainment. If you want entertainment, turn on the damn TV. Guess what? A lot of y'all are too attached to what's going on this side. But when brothers tell you America gonna be nuked, it's gonna be bye-bye. This kingdom ain't gonna last long. Oh no, everybody wanna be a Kai Cenat. They wanna be a streamer. A lot of y'all are not prepared for what's to come. Oh, I have a relationship with the Lord, and it's somebody telling you about. Oh, I don't want to worry about the end times. I don't want to worry about the destruction. I got to worry about now. I got kids. I got this. I got a lifestyle I got to keep up with. Then you might not make it. This is why this is the best wicked captivity on the earth, because it got so many Jake in a delusion. Imagine if you wasn't in his truth, what would you be doing? Bullshit, shit. You would be doing nothing, man. Right? I know it's so many brothers that would be rolling a blunt right now. You wouldn't be doing nothing. Literally. Okay? So Moses reject the royalty, the wealth, and the pleasure to he had pleasure to suffer with his brothers and sisters, which is Israel, man. It's Jake on this side that would choose wealth, abundance, royalty on this side, popularity, instead of suffering, right? Like, it's people I know that's in the truth that get downtown assistance and they smiling. Yo, man, this kingdom almost done. But I know from what the elder said, man, it was a cold, beautiful one. Having a sign said, please help me. I need food. Right? Yeah, Yahweh Shai is king. Right? A beautiful woman having a sign where she needed food for her children. She said, I'll do anything. Right? Brothers were saying they seen children with signs saying that they ain't got no food. Instead of getting food, they getting candy, and the man felt so bad, he gave them eggs and milk and cereal, and the children crying. You got neighbors knocking, asking for some food, and they get all downtown assistance. Nobody working. Shit is getting real. Thank you so much, bro. You on fuck. Hey, no, it's not me. It's Yahweh Shai. I could do nothing without him. Nothing. Right? So, this is a historical point. Egypt was the world's superpower in the time of Moses. Moses turned down status, political power, and luxury for his spiritual purpose. Sit there and think about yourself. Are you choosing to be lowly on this side? Right? Let's actually get it. On trial. Don't even know it. I like how you said that, because technically we are on trial right now. This is a test run. And a lot of people ain't gonna make it. This is a test run. Right? This is I really want to read this in the NLT. You know what? I'm gonna read this in the NLT. Yeah, this is a literal test run. You know, like when you in school and your teacher say pop quiz, like you thinking y'all about to go finish what y'all was learning yesterday, and the teacher just come out of nowhere, pop quiz. You like, this stupid mother's, man, I'm not ready. A lot of y'all, we are in a pop-up quiz, and you ain't even ready. You not ready. That's why this is the best wicked captivity, because it caught you off guard. Right? This is 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 6 in the NLT, the New Living Translation. Sad when many gonna fall in open book tests. Right? Many are gonna fail open book tests. That's a full fact. And guess what? In the when I used to go to school, I failed a lot of them. Oh, I'm going to start at verse 5. This is 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 5 in the NLT. It says, these people always... Oh, wait, hold on. The brother, he's getting the etymology of the word trial. And it means examination before a court to determine guilt or innocence or the rightness. Come on, man. Examination before a court, man. That's what trial is, right? That's beautiful. So this 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 5 in the NLT, these people always cause trouble. Their minds are corrupt, and they have turned their backs on the truth. To them, a show of godliness is just a way to become wealthy. Yet true godliness with contentment is itself great wealth, right? Godliness and contentment in itself is great wealth. It's brothers and sisters that's actually rich. Dave Chappelle said it best. I'm rich, bitch. And he said it the best, right? In that time, but through the spirit, yo, you men and women that's choosing y'all. Like, look, this is a prime example. Some of y'all wake up and you look, if somebody watching a lesson, and I'm speaking about this one too, as an example, if you watching this lesson, I know if you wasn't watching this, you was probably watching a lesson on YouTube. Now, hey, if you an honest person, you could say, you know what, I ain't gonna lie to you. I wouldn't even be watching no edifying lesson. Guess what? It's better to be honest. Some people gonna fake it till they make it, right? But I know if somebody watching this video, I know you get up and either praying to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, you thinking on a lesson yesterday or something somebody said, or you watching a video. You looked at your YouTube notifications. Man, what video brother dropped? Right? The brother said, I would be doing a lesson. Come on, man. That's how you know. Right? He said, like you said, we are on a trial. That was beautiful. That's a fact. Come on, man. I'm going to read the brother's precept before I finish this in 1 Timothy 6. Kakama, he put Revelations 2 and 9. Revelations chapter 2 and verse 9. It says, I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. This is a twofold, because in ancient time, dealing with these churches in Revelation, right, these were Israelites that was calling themselves Jews, but were not. Now that brings you back to Romans, the 2nd chapter, verse 28 to 29. How, if they are Jews, why are they not Jews? Because Romans 9 and 6, all Israel is not Israel. And you have to be a Jew or an Israelite inwardly. So some people in these churches was not an Israelite inwardly. They were not a Jew inwardly. They were outwardly a Jew. Where you got some Jake, oh, I'm an Israelite, and they just thinking about lineage, but they don't have no obedience. They have no faith. They don't even freaking believe. You're not even considered an Israelite, brother. Yes, your lineage matter, your bloodline, but if you have no faith, no obedience, right? No endurance, you're not an Israelite, man. You better off just titling I'm a heathen, okay? But and the other fold is that this can even go with Esau, because who on this side literally call themselves Jews, right? The YT man, right? Because they are the chief house of Satan on this side, right? They are the physical counterpart of the spiritual deity of Satan on the left-hand side of Yahweh, okay? So that was a beautiful point, because those that truly have faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, the Lord see their works. The Lord see their tribulation. The Lord see their poverty, and he's like, you know what? They rich. How? Because we rich in spirit, man. Where our heart is, that's where our treasure at, man. You know? The treasure is in the soul, man. Okay? That was a beautiful precept at the right time. At the right time, brother. Just want to make sure I get these. Yeah, you reap what you sow. Let me get these precepts real quick. The brother put Titus 1. Let me not neglect the precepts on the board. Titus 1 and 16. It says they profess that they know the Most High, but in works they deny him, being abominable and disobedient unto every good work, reprobate. Yo, and guess what? You're able to be, your faith is able to be seen by your works, because the works and faith go hand in hand. Your works is not only the law. If you had if you were already seen by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and man that you are able to teach, guess what? You're being watched on. Are you teaching? Are you feeding the sheep? If you have the ability of teaching the sheep and you faking the funk, guess what? Just because you ain't feeding the sheep and you being selfish, the Lord gonna be selfish with you and not give you that crown. Right? The work is everything that pertains to this faith, right? Which you doing everything to do things that's pleasing in the eyes of the Lord, right? If I got faith, why not try to rehearse the law to the best of my ability? You got to be obese. You know, some people that's greedy when they go to the restaurant and you like, do you want a cheesecake or do you want a peach cobbler? They gonna sit there, I want both. You got to be greedy. Do the most that you can for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay? The brother said, being abominable and disobedient unto every good work, a reprobate, right? The brother put the same one that I quoted, Romans 9:6. Romans 9:6. It says, not as though, wait, hold on. Okay, yeah. Not as though the word of the Most High have none effect, for they are not all Israel, which are of Israel. Right? The Lord's word is not going to come back void. All Israel is not going to get this, man. That's why when we get on TikTok, this is not for everybody. This is why TikTok was made for the left hand and the right hand. Those that have spiritual discernment, 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 14, they understand. This is for the left-hand side and the right-hand side. The right-hand side has a small group. It's a small group. The left-hand side is broad. It's so much space. It's so relaxing. It's so comfortable, right? And it's the same even when you look at YouTube. When you even outside of social media, it's still a small for the righteous. Jake really don't know, man. Yo, you walk past Jake, you got to look at it as 2/3 of them about to go. 2/3 of them about to go. Because you're going to have some elect that's going to come in this truth by hearing the word. Faith come by hearing the word. And you're going to have some Jake that come in this truth by miracles. Look at the book of Acts. Look at Yahushua feeding a multitude. Some people cleave to the truth off of miracles. Thomas believed because he's seen Yahushua's body. He said, what about those that haven't seen? That's a lot of us right now. We're not seeing miracles, but the one miracle is teaching. We're being drawn by brothers teaching. But some of y'all are going to come in this faith because you've seen a miracle. I want to get in the truth now, right? I want to get it. I want to come in this thing while the word is coming, being spread. This is where it counts. You know, it still counts. You seeing a miracle. Your faith you might be one of those ones that's faithless, that has little faith. That you have to see a miracle. And that's mercy of the Lord. You might not come in this today. The Lord might let you come in 3 years from now, 5, when shit hit the fan. Oh my goodness. You know? I see, it was a sister in the video a brother did where a woman said she kept driving past these brothers on the corner. She said, I found out those is Hebrew Israelites. She said, there's so many people talking about them. Them men look good as hell. Them men look like they will protect a woman. And she said, look, I ain't gonna lie. I think I might end up hollering at one of them. The elder was like, I'm telling you, some of you brothers don't know, it's women out here that when shit hit the fan, they marking you in they mind. Soon as shit hit the fan, when this and this and that, I'm about to go look for them. I put it on your mama's cornbread without the Jeffy. You know? Do you think you sit on the corner, people driving past every week out of the month and they seeing you? Well, shit gonna hit the fan, they gonna look for you. When me and my brothers was with HOI, when we would go to DC and somebody got killed, I think it was a family member, cousins and family, man, where were you brothers at? Man, we needed y'all. What? Man, we stopped, because this is when we left, we stopped going out of town. Look, nobody calling. Nobody calling now. You know what I'm saying? Shit about to hit the fan, and Amos 8 is about to be in full effect. Right? Brother said, I heard that Esau. Oh, shalom to the brother. Yahweh Shai Brakatah. Nakath, y'all. Yeah, let me not be disrespectful. Let me get this. Second Esdras, the 13th chapter, in verse 23. It says, and he that shall endure the peril or perilous in that time, which goes with what is it, 2 Timothy 3, right? Perilous times, terrible times, have kept himself. They that be fallen into danger are such as have works and faith towards the Almighty. Come on, man. So he that shall endure the peril in that time have kept himself. Who's gonna endure? And a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know what you doing now for your salvation is going to help for when the worst come. That's why all of this is gonna pay off. Everything you do on this side right here, right now, is gonna pay off for when the worst come. Cause this is the heavy lifting. Now, you might not have your Bible when it get worse, but all the work that you put in, right? And you might think I only been in the truth for 2 years, but you constantly was studying, constantly applying yourself, right? You're going to have covering, man. Okay? The brother put the classic, Romans 11:7. That's the classic, right? Romans chapter 11, verse 7. It says, let me start at 6. It says, and if by grace, then it is no more of works. Otherwise, grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then it is no more grace. Otherwise, work is no more work. Right? We in that grace period. In a minute, when those doors close, it's over. So if none of y'all using this grace period, you fucked up, man. Excuse my language, TikTok, you fucked up, man. But literally, it's not a works, because even more, why? Ephesians, the 1st chapter, because the elect is predestined. Why? What then? Israel have not obtained that which they seek it for? All Israel is not going to obtain this. But it says, but the election, which you go in the Greek, that means divine selection. How is it a divine? And the divine is in the heavens. So that means the election have been divine selected. When you think about, I voted for this president. No, you think you did. But the president is selected. They telling you elect a president. No, you didn't. They're selected. Okay? So if they're selected, look how much more the mindset of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Look at the mindset of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The elect is divine selected before the foundations of heaven and earth. Right? But the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Right? When you go to 2 Corinthians 4:3 in the NLT, it says, if the gospel be hid, it is hid to those that are perishing, man. If you not getting this, if you think the Lord loves everybody, if you think, the Lord don't hate Esau, you're finished, man. You don't believe in reincarnation, if you don't repent and actually get retaught, you're finished. I might as well say goodbye, not bye. You're done, man. A lot of y'all are background characters. You know, when you play in the game and you like UFC, 2K, Madden. You know the background characters, when they doing this, they doing the same move. A lot of y'all background characters don't even know. You like the brother that just did a video. Y'all bots. Okay? You TikTok bots that inbox you, hey, my friend want to follow you. You're a bot. When you go on YouTube and all these people saying the dumbest things, you're a bot. A lot of y'all are bots. You are background characters, man. Right? You like when you got too many pictures in your phone and you trying to delete them. Yo, y'all covering up too much space, man. You know, we can't remove you. So we gotta wait till Yahweh Shemon Shai remove you, man. According as it is written, the Most High have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day. A lot of y'all are night. You know, when you sleeping real good and you wake up, you got that little white stain right on the side because you was drooling. Hey, yo, bro, sis, you was drooling. You was knocked out. sleeping real good. You know, you ever watching a good movie and you sitting up and you wake up 2 hours later and you find out you was like drooping like this. You was knocked out. You was slumpy dumpy, man. A lot of y'all are asleep because the flesh have consumed you. The spirit has a drive. The spirit has motivation. The spirit has a desire. Some of y'all don't have a desire. That's why the title of that lesson is, are you working towards your forever kingdom? Whoo, your forever kingdom. That's coming soon, man. Oh, don't think I ain't forget you either, Ak. This is St. John 20 and 29 by the brother Darash Amath. St. John 20 and 29, he says, Yahushua saith unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed. Right? So y'all that's believing just by hearing the word, brothers breaking it down, right? Guess what? You fit that description. Some of y'all, this is, because if you still get in this truth, you get in this truth. Some of y'all gonna have to get in this truth by seeing a miracle. Literally. Look, even more, whoever get in this truth, you were prayed for, man. Literally, you were prayed for. Anybody that come in this truth, you were prayed for. Just the same as when you go to Luke, when Yahushua told Peter, yo, Satan wants to sift you out, but I pray for you. Synonymous with Peter is symbolic to the elect, right? Which he is. But I want to get this just to show Yahushua prayed for the other believers. He prayed for he prayed for himself, he prayed for the disciples, and he prayed for the other believers, right? The other brothers that don't teach, the women and the children, which accumulate the 1/3, which we see in Revelations 7 and 9, when they all collected from the four corners of the earth, they are a great multitude. St. John 17 and 20, it says, neither pray I for these alone, talking about the disciples, but for them also which shall believe on me through their word. Right? So even though some of y'all are going to believe by miracles, where it says, which shall believe on me through their word, y'all that's listening to these lessons and believing off of the breakdowns and writing them down like, oh man, guess what? You fit this scripture right here. Yahushua prayed for you, man. He prayed that you were going to believe by the word. Come on, man. So brothers that got in this truth, oh, I was hearing the apostles, man. I was hearing Odi Yashawamba, man. I was hearing the brother Gabar Amawan. I was hearing the brother Montez. Man, I was hearing this brother. Guess what? You fit this scripture. Man, you know how much of relief that makes me feel? Right? I didn't have to see, brother, I healed the kneecap. Oh, I believe in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai now. Even though you still can get in the truth like that, by believing in the word of mouth, you get to see a verse where Yahushua said, neither pray I for these alone, but for them also which shall believe on me through their word. Yahushua said he didn't come to teach his own word, but the word that was given to him by the Father. These men, these disciples, these learners, these pupils, these students, these prophets, apostles, evangelists, they're not teaching their own word. They're teaching the word that was given unto them by the Rakak Wadash that comes in the name of Yahushua. They teaching them the volume of the book, teaching them sound doctrine that leads to 100% truth. They're going to sharpen themselves up so that they can actually be 100% truth, right? Come on, man. Man, call up Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai for those that's in this thing coming by believing in the word, by hearing the word. Lord willing, those other brothers that come in this truth by seeing miracles, is going to be a great day. The book of Acts show you how many people came into faith off of just seeing miracles. How many people came into faith just by hearing the gospel. It's about to be a huge flood in this truth soon. The Lord was just getting the little bink, 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 bop, 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 right? The Lord was getting the first. He was, those is that's cleaving, that's doing that heavy lifting. You had men before this truth even got to where it was at, carrying big ass cameras. You had to go buy a tape to hear this truth. It started in New York. Look how it sprouted. The Lord allowed brothers to do the heavy lifting. Right? Let me get this precept before I scroll down. What it say? It said, you have entered into other men's labors. Let me get this before one of the brothers get it. Let me hurry up and get it. I bet you one of the brothers probably dropped it. You entered into other men labors. Let me get this. I got it before they did. This is St. John chapter 4 verse 38. Dang, my phone. St. John chapter 4 verse 38 in the KJV. It said, I sent you to reap that whereon ye bestowed no labor. Other men labored, ye are entered into their labors. And there's gonna be some that's gonna walk in their footstep, not gurgitate. They're gonna seek what they said, like the people of Berea. And guess what? They're gonna be teaching the same thing they teaching. What did Eminem say in 8 Mile? Hey, you saying the same shit that he said. Guess what? We're saying the same thing as the men before us. Some brothers is eloquent in another way where they might use more educational words, right? They might go into another translation, right? They might go into homology of word in that lesson, you know? The Lord is having brothers be artists, magicians when it comes to this truth, man. Doing lessons, bringing forth albums, right? Salaki, I got too excited, man. I'm sorry. The brother said, because I did read that precept, St. John 20:29. He said the precept to that is Hebrews 11:1. Let me get that. Hebrews 11:1. Now faith, wait, hold on. Out of respect, let me get that St. John again. St. John 20:29, so we can reiterate it again. St. John 20:29. It says, and Yahushua saith unto Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen, yet have believed. Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Right? When people say, hey, where your evidence? Man, our evidence of things that we didn't see. I believe Moses split the Red Sea. I believe it. Bro, how do I believe it? I believe I breathe air and I never seen air before. I don't even remember when the Lord created this, but I can go in the scriptures. God did. I believe Yahweh Shema Shai made a lion. I believe Noah had all those animals go into the ark, man. I believe it. And even though this is the smallest thing I'm about to say, right now I'm seeing people make, modern day boats, which is with metal. I believe even before that, before metal, where you had so much metal, people was making boats out of wood. I believe it. I totally believe it. I totally believe it. Let alone I seen wooden books before, wooden boats, right? Canoes. I seen them all. I believe it. I believe that, the Egyptians was riding their horse chariots. Right now, I'm in my Honda chariot. Right now, vroom vroom. I'm in my Honda chariot. I'm in a car. This is a modern day chariot. I believe the Heavenly Father got his own heavenly chariots, which are what they call it, in this society, UFOs or UAPs. But no, those is the chariots of Yahweh Shema Shai, the chariots of Israel. I believe it. Even though I did see some, I didn't see them close up, but I know I seen them. Do I gotta see it up close to know, oh, this is really it? Man, ain't no plane flying as fast as a dang chariot and then having a blue streak, a red streak, and then disappear. And me actually being able to see it fly and then shoot out of the atmosphere. How do I call on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai and I see a standing star, which I thought was a star, standing right above me and my brothers. And when we call him, we saying Shemai, Yasharella, and the things start moving. Then we singing that same song, and we see a chariot fly over us, and the thing shot a light, like when a police when they come to your car and they flash in the light. Wait, hold on. I can't even when they try to brighten the light. I seen look at my light. We seen a chariot do this in the air, and they go like this, turn it off, and it gone. I'm telling you, man, I seen it. Right? Faith, man. Faith is key, man. Do you believe? Woo! I got excited. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm excited this morning. Okay? Let me make sure I didn't miss any brother's precept. No, I think we caught up. Khan, the brother, Nakat said, Khan, they said chariots was measured going over Mach 1 and made a 90-degree turn without slowing down. That's a fact, man. Literally, I seen chariots move forward like this and then go left, man. And I could call my brother Sam. He probably at work now, which he was there too. Seen it go straight and then hurry up. No plane is doing that. Oh, that was a droid. I mean, before drones even got popular. But at the end of the day, we talking about at nighttime. I'm talking about high as heck. Now, I know Esau be having some things that can do this and do that and do that. I definitely believe it. I definitely believe. Definitely. But I'm talking about the joint so high that a plane is flying right underneath it. Then it's gone. And when I'm talking about brothers is outside for hours, and that thing is gone. Somebody gonna play with they drone, have a light on, and then have a light off. I got a drone. I know drones that got the flash, and we talking about in the dark, where they flashlights. You got some that don't. Nah, bro, we got, man. Oh man, you seeing things, man. And it's a dude on TikTok now. His videos is about studying UFOs. And you can see them things. Like, he got some that's close up. One lady did one. It was a light just moving in circles. The same thing that happened in the ancient world is happening today. You don't need no deep scientists. You got to believe what it's saying in the scriptures. Yo, it was men. Elisha seen it. David. The chariot going over the mulberry tree. Right? Ain't nothing new under the sun. Jacob. He rested his head on the rock. He seen the angels ascending and descending to the earth, going to heaven to earth. They still doing that. How do you think it's demons on the earth, spirits on the earth, the left-hand side and the right-hand side? They're leaving the fourth dimension to come down here, man. Everybody has a job. Okay? He said, Khan, G-force with a turn like that will unalive your average person. That's a fact. Our bodies can't handle it. You see what happens even when you on a roller coaster. Okay? Literally. But again, faith is very important. So now, since I caught up with the precepts, let's get back to it. This is let's go to Daniel chapter 1. Where we at? Daniel chapter 1. We're not going to be here for too long. Daniel chapter 1, starting at verse 8 in the KJV. It says, but Daniel proposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore, he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. Now, the Most High had brought Daniel into favor and tender love with the prince of the eunuchs. And the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my lord the king, who have appointed your meat and your drink. For why should he see your faces worse liking than the children which are of your sort? Then shall ye make me endanger my head to the king. Then said Daniel unto Melzar, whom the prince of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, prove thy servants, I beseech thee, 10 days, and let them give us pause to eat and water to drink. Then let the countenance be looked upon before thee in the countenance of the children that eat of the portion of the king's meat, and as thou seest, deal with thy servants. So he consented to them in this manner, and proved them 10 days. And at the end of 10 days, their countenance appeared fairer and fatter than flesh, than all the children which did eat the portions of the king's meat. Thus Melzar took away the portion of their meat and the wine that they should drink, and gave them pause. As for these 4 children, the Most High gave them knowledge and skill in all learning and wisdom, and Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. Right? So Daniel refused the Babylonian delicacies, choosing obedience to the law above fleshly appetite. If he can do it, I can do it. And if I can do it, you damn sure can do it, man. What, like, if you know it's unclean, why put yourself? Oh, it's a delicate. A lot of y'all don't understand. Lobster, crab, shrimp, and pig was a poor man's meal. Go look it up, man. It was a poor man's meal. Let me see if I can hurry up and find it. It was a poor man's meal. On this side, now it became delicate. Right? Make that make sense. You're going to scrape all the way in the bottom of the ocean just to get lobster, crab, and shrimp? Yeah, sea roaches. If you eating a shrimp, why don't you go eat the roach that's in your auntie's cabinet? Oh, what's they called? Ginger snaps? What's that cereal, Smacks? Why don't you go get a box of them and then go eat the roaches out of that? They cousins, man. We're cousins. We're happy and we're shrimp. Come on, man. Come on, man. A damn parasite. Let me see if I got this. Do I got that? I don't think I got it. Is it in here? Let me see. What is this? Nope, that's the Viking joint. Let me see. Oh, snap. No. Oh, shoot. It's like it, y'all. Okay. Shrimp and pig was a poor man's meal. Let me see if they gonna pop up the video that I came across.
As a kid, I remember.
See, I don't want these ones. This is not it. I'm sorry, y'all. If I had the video, wait, let me see. 25 forgotten poor man males. Our grandfathers.
When physical labor demanded fuel.
Should believers in easy pig and shrimp. Hold on, let me see if this is it. I had a video. I should have saved it. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah. Next time I'm going to have to save it. I had it on TikTok. I probably can go on YouTube. But you could go search lobster, crab, and shrimp and pig. I mean, really, lobster, crab, and shrimp was a poor man's meal. You know, it was frowned upon. You know? Heathens was really eating it. You know? So at the end of the day, the whole point that we see with Daniel, he showed obedience. You know, y'all women, you know, if you can, if your job allows, what's wrong? Ain't nothing wrong with wearing a modest dress, let alone having modest behavior, a modest spirit. You know, even though some of y'all women, the Lord, gave y'all a portion where y'all voluptuous. You know, it might be hard to cover it, but still trying, you know, to cover yourself wearing a dress. Hey, you're trying to be obedient to the Lord, right? When it comes to your menstrual cycle, right, to the best of your ability, I know it's going to be hard. You got to work. You might have children. To the best of your ability, you try to separate yourself. To the best of your ability, you're not going to let nobody in your bed. To the best of your ability, you're going to tell, hey, if you have another room, hey, yo, love, you know, But we understand. We can only do the best that we can. You know, it's things in this law that we can't do. The Shabbat. Sometimes when you not working, hey, you get to fully do it. The new moon, Passover. If you can, brothers, get together, which Passover, brothers should be dwelling with each other. Do it like Yahushai, Pentecost. You know, men shouldn't be in a whole nother man's face. I mean, not, men shouldn't be in another brother's wife face. You know, even though when we come in this truth, we should be having a certain type of integrity for one another, like the head brother, you know, because we still like the last two remaining of our own camp that we used to have. Now, we're solidified under GMS. We got the brothers we got now, but we was the remaining. My household is real families to this brother. You know what I'm saying? So, but still, brother shouldn't be sitting down having tea with another man's wife. Shoot, let me sip my tea while I just said that. Wait, let me see what the brother said. Shrimp head lice family. Oh, Sugar Smacks, that is it. Oh, okay, so another history point. The Babylonian food was tied to idol rituals. Daniel rejecting it was a direct resistance to assimilation to the Babylonian culture. Now, on this side, it's still going to be hard because damn near any food, especially if you go into like Elam, Ishmael, some of the Chinese, a lot of them is praying or sacrificing to their God, to their idols. And you most likely ate that. Guess what? We know it's only one true God, but some people might be like, if you got a brother and like, oh no, bro, we can't. From what we understand, especially in Corinthians, what Paul said, you're gonna basically be offending Yahushua. You basically committing a sin, especially if a brother did that with us where he didn't want to eat chicken no more because of things that he came across. We had to respect that. But then now it's like, man, damn, anywhere we go around, hey, what can I do? So now he back eating chicken, So, we trying to do things that's pleasing unto the Lord to the best of our ability. The brother Kakama put Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 9:9. Let's get that real quick. Sirach 9:9. It says, sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thy arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thy heart incline unto her, and so through thy desires thou fall into destruction. Right? And we want to listen to that, man. The Lord created so many women out here, right? Go sit with your own. Go sit with some women that's not getting penetrated. Go sit with a woman that's not entertaining another man, man. And if she is, be alone, man. Man, go talk to the brothers. Rebuke that spirit, man. Oh, brother, man, I love women. Man, then be around women that don't got a man. Oh man, all of them take it, man. Then be around an ugly girl. Because most of the ugly one don't got no man. Be around them then. Then you be good, man. You want to present yourself worthy in the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Now, real quick, I'm not ending this. Because I'm doing a screen recording for the YouTube. Again, this was all about, even though we hit certain points, this was all about what your soul needs should outweigh what your flesh wants. Right, Lord willing, I might do a part 2. I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of great millstone who rule well and teach well through the spirit. A mighty shalom to the hopeful elect in the same spirit, scattered four corners of the earth, Lord willing, and as a whole, y'all continue in sound doctrine. Shalom to the Akwaf, the sisters of his faith and his truth. Lord willing, you continue to pursue your lot. And Lord willing, Yahweh Shemashai has mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in faith. Shalom, shalom. A Bible ball to the YouTube.